We have the power to work 49 different states, different time zones, all from one location, and you can do it from anywhere. That's a strong power to have coming from somebody that saw the faults of having, a brick and mortar business and what I was limited to opposed to coming into this. And this industry, man, for the right people, it's a gold mine.
Well, let's go. We got 10 minutes more. I'd love if you would pivot and talk about building, because this is something that even part-time, getting licensed last year, by the end of the year, you had agents producing 60 families in a month, which then gave you the proof and validity that this is something that you were like, holy cow, if that young guy could do it. Fast forward to convention, sold the businesses. Now I know you're just full on building. So let's talk about that. What are you doing? Where are you finding people? How do you get them started fast? What's that look like for you? And what's your agency name? I want to get
Playbook, Family First Life, the playbook.
that's cool, bro. All right.
So my upline is a blueprint. So I went with the playbook just so they correlate a little bit, the blueprint and the playbook. So it has a nice rhyme to it. So honestly, man, I'm a recruiting machine. Anybody that I see that would be the perfect fit for this opportunity, whether it's guys that are at the gym at 6 a.m. or somebody that I ran into GNC while grabbing some protein, like it doesn't matter where, or somebody that I see that's in a restaurant. But if you look at the first 5 guys that started on my team, those were the first 5 guys that came to my mind when I decided I wanted to build a team. So they're the closest people to me, and most of them had experience in sales. So my favorite part about building Grady's is at some point when I was in the restaurant, I was like, hey, I want to make more money. And what do I do? So it was getting to me having to open another restaurant, and that investment's another 100 to $150,000. And I have the risk of losing it all if it doesn't work out. So my favorite part about our company here is that there's no franchise fee to start building your agency. You just need to bring in the right agents and teach them how to make money.
That's great. And another restaurant's 20 more employees to manage.
And a lot more headache too.
Okay, so anybody that, sales background, someone that's driven, someone that's up at 5:30 getting to the gym by 6 is someone that's got commitment towards at least their physical goals. They might, not have the career that they're looking for, but at least
discipline.
Right person. So what do you say to them? What's your casual, non-creepy, but like, hey man, you want to make extra money? How do you do it?
So, for example, if it's guys that I see like really early at the gym, so if you go to the gym early, for example, you see all the nice cars, and they're all there that early for a reason, because those are the guys that have a solid schedule and they're doing stuff with their life. So, whenever I see somebody early like that, my hook is always, hey man, are you in sales? And they're like, why do you ask? I'm like, you're super disciplined. And then I'll ask them what they do, and then they'll ask me what I do. So from there, I'm like, hey, so I used to be in the restaurant industry. And after getting into financial services, and what we do here is basically we sell life insurance over the phone, and I'm able to service 50 states from my house, and I can work from anywhere. And I'll ask the hook at the end, have you ever thought about getting into sales? Always end with a question.
Okay, that's awesome. And they go, yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, that sounds cool. What's your next move? You send them a video, you send them a text, you send them a link to a recorded call.
Exactly. So this is the main part with recruiting is everyone's like, I had this problem. So before convention, me and Zach had a conversation. He's like, I told him like I was blowing people off, and he's like, why are you doing that? I was like, I'm afraid for people to waste my time. And he's like, you know why you're afraid for them to waste your time? I was like, why? He's like, because you're not setting any expectations, and you're not giving them any task before actually getting them into the system. So now what I do is I send out 3 videos. One of them is a 40-minute FAQ with Zach, and then 2 of them are like videos about agents that are succeeding in the business and what the first 30 days look like. After they watch those 3 videos, I'm like, hey man, my agency has a business overview meeting every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Get on there, and it's going to explain the business down to a T. After that, shoot me a call, man, and let's see if you're a good fit. Now, if they can't do those two tasks, like chances are I don't want to work with them because that's something so simple. And if they can't do that, like how can I expect them to set a proper schedule tomorrow and actually put in the work?
It's perfect. I would love that because three things will happen. One, they won't do it. Great, no time wasted. Two, they do it and they're not interested because they don't like buying leads or they don't want to, they have some, issue with insurance. And you go, great, no time wasted. Three, they're interested and now they're tasked, they follow questions. And so when you drive to a tool, a third-party credibility type element, now in your your
Huge.
example is 3 videos, which is great. I mean, if some guy well-spoken, handsome guy comes up and say, it says, "Hey, are you interested again in sales?" And he says, you go, "Yeah, okay, cool. I'm going to shoot you over a couple of videos, check them out, and then let me know what you like best." And then they come back, perfect. I like this. Looks awesome, man. What? How would I get started? How does it work? Okay, perfect. We have an overview video Wednesday night at 7. Jump on that tonight or tomorrow night or in 2 days, and shoot me a text after. Boom. They're going to do it or not do it. But you put enough hooks out there, you're going to catch some fish, and you catch some fish. You're going to catch some whales, and you're going to catch some shark, and you're going to catch some octopus. You're going to catch all kinds of stuff. But that's great, bro.
And that's all it is, Grady. Like you said, that third party validation for the business overview meeting is huge because we do them every week, and every week it's a new face and a new story. And whether you're producing or you're building, consistency is the name of the game. So just like when you're producing, when you're building, you need to talk to enough people because some of them are not going to go through with the exam. Some of them might take the exam and not end up getting started. So this is a numbers game, and you need to put the numbers on your favor, and you need to have a social media presence. And for me, that's been the biggest key is, taking after like people like Eric Bosworth. He said something earlier on a call, like earlier this year, that really stuck with me. So anytime I'm posting on social media, it's about 8 to 12 stories a day. 8 of them are from others tagging me, and 4 of them are from me. So right there and then I have, third party credibility, and just continuously, leaving the business in people's mind, because it took me over a year to join this business. And had my upline not been posting every day, he would have missed out on a guy like me. Or, Zach always says that the reason I'm always posting on social media and I'm consistent is because I don't want to miss out on the next Wiley. I don't want to miss out on the next Mahmood. I don't want to miss out on the next Ronnie. And that's how you miss out on those guys, is not being consistent on social media.
True. People are watching. They're going, do I like this person? Do I want to work this person? Do I trust this person? Do I want to do what this person is doing? Do I want to talk the way this person is talking? And when you resonate a high quality presence and you communicate well and you're passionate about what you're doing and you're, challenging but respectful about, hey, we work hard here. This is what we do. Congratulations to so and so. The right people that resonates with, and the wrong people are like, this ain't for me, man. I'm going back over here. They work too hard. I just want to watch my shows, and and that's fine. That's great for them, but not for the ones that you're looking for, and not for you. And so that's awesome. So okay, get them in, get going, contracting done, licensing done. What's the first 6, 12, 24, 7 days? What's your kind of launch program with new agents?
So for the first month that they're in my office, I like to train people in person, and that's how I can kind of see how disciplined somebody is. Because if somebody's showing up late the first entire week, or they're, skipping days already the first week, those agents are giving you cues that they're not the right fit for this business. So for the first 4 weeks, I train agents like to master the first 90 seconds, and then master all of the objections that are going to come in the front that first week. That first week, I'm looking for them to close 2 to 3 policies. If they did that, it's great. Moving forward the next week, I'm looking for them to hit around 4 to 5. And in that third week, if I can see them hit 6 while they're working our older leads, I'm not telling people to buy leads those first 3 weeks. I take it really serious on the training part. And then moving forward, once I can see them that they've hit 5, 6 closes, those second and third week, they're ready to start buying leads. And from there, they're good to go. And then rinse and repeat. And there's always another leader or two in the office with me. So if you're training or you're scaling at a high level, the key is to find a running mate. Because if you're scaling at a high level, it's going to affect your personal production. But when you have somebody in there that's covering your back when you're on a call, like, man, it's great. Like, there's so many good guys on my team that are producing at a high level that have been able to step up for the agency.
Shout them out. Who are your running mates?
I mean, Ramsey, Coach, like bunch of them. All these guys are producing 60, 50 families a month and scaling at a high level as well.
Love it, man. So, but this is, guys, if you've heard, if you pick something up from this call, the reason why Ronnie's able to scale and help new agents with age leads is because he invests $2,000 a week on his own leads. And he's going to make enough throughout that to make it worth it, where he can invest in new 2,000 the next week to get new leads. And he'll dip back into the old ones, but he's going to have a repository or a huge list, a bulk of, if not hundreds, if not thousands of tens of thousands of leads that he just hasn't been able to get a hold of. But now from a different phone number at a different time of day, in a different month, that this new agent can sit down and hammer through 500 dials, and he's going to get a hold of some people. And that's how they're making their 2-3 sales week 1 and 3-4 sales week 2 and 5-6 sales week 3, because Ronnie's got enough, because he's invested in his business, because he sees this business as a business and not a hobby. And he invests and treats it as such. And he works incredibly hard to pull out the capital, pull out the money, the return on the investment that he made. So huge, bro.
Having the right amount of inventory, man, because most agents, I hear them, they're like, oh, I'm not selling enough. I'm like, okay, man, how much are you spending on leads a week? Oh, about 500 bucks. The reason you aren't selling as much as you want because you don't have anything to sell. So I always tell new agents this: if you're going to treat this like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. And if you're going to treat it like a part-time job, it's going to pay you like one. So the main thing is having enough inventory, and leads are your inventory. We have the power to work 49 different states, different time zones, all from one location, and you can do it from anywhere. You know, that's a strong power to have coming from somebody that saw the faults of having, you know, a brick and mortar business and what I was limited to, opposed to coming into this. And this industry, man, for the right people, it's a gold mine.
Amen. Amen, Ronnie. So much truth, bro. And I mean, so what did your team issue last month?
So last month we were right over 400 or at 390, something like this, I believe. This month we should crack 500.
What's your goal by the end of the year?
1 million a month.
Excellent, bro. Excellent. So Ronnie, here we are. Close this out. Final rally cry. Any final advice you've got to these new agents that are out there looking at you and going, you know, that's fine for him and all. He's so sharp, and he, you know, so would you sell coupons? You said for a second there, like
No, it's non-products.
on products.
Non-products.
You know, he's done that, but that's just people making excuses and going, you know what, he's done, you know, that's them. But if you were talking to them and going, trying to encourage them and challenge them and get them going, what's the final words you've got for everybody to send us off today?
For sure, Grady. So there's 3 laws that are consistent in all businesses. And number 1 is going to be consistency. So you need to show up every day and have a set schedule. Number 2 is going to be standards. So show up with purpose and set goals for yourself every week, every month. That's how I operate. I don't wake up and just say, hey, I'm doing this today. This is what needs to be accomplished this week, and this is what needs to be accomplished this month. And then number 3 is going to be ego, guys. There's a lot of great people in our company, and the only thing that's going to stop you from learning is going to be your ego. So listen to others that are doing better than you, smarter than you, and just it's simple as shut up and get farther ahead by listening to others that are doing better than you.
Amen, bro. Amen. Ronnie, it's an absolute treat to have you on. I've got to have you on when you hit 1 million, and we'll keep going from there. And thank you for your time. Everyone, please light up the chat, show them some love, give your favorite emoji, numbers, slam your thumbs on the keyboard. And fantastic. Excited for the future and to see you continue to run up the leaderboards, bro. It's tremendous what you've done, and how proud your wife must be and your boys watching their dad. And oh man, just future is bright, brother. Congratulations and more fun to come.
Appreciate you for having me on, Grady. Thank you. See you guys at the new year.
All right. Bye for now.